till now we knows only the basic programming, right? How to write the hello world program, right? And how to print any name, that thing only we knows. How to create a class, how to create a main method, and after that inside that if I want to print anything, that thing we knows only, right? Today we will learn some advanced topic, like some little bit of topic we will learn today. What is meant by methods and what is meant by keywords. We will see today. So what is meant by keywords? So keywords is the word. Keywords are the namely as the reserved word that have some task. Okay, if you take some real life example, suppose if you came to the page, keywords is easy only. So what does this mean? Suppose if you went to the bank, suppose this is a bank. Inside the bank, suppose we have the two three counter. Suppose this is the first counter, this is the another counter we have, and this is the another counter. Means this is the entry gate here. So we have a three counter here. So suppose this is the counter for bank manager. This is the counter for the bank manager. Here bank manager will be sit. Okay. This is another counter. Here cashier will be sit. Okay. And this is the entry gate. Here suppose security guard is there. Okay. Security. So what is the work of the bank manager? What is the work of the bank manager? He will manage all the bank related work. Right? Whatever inside the bank is going on, he will be manage this all the thing. Right? Cashier will manage cash related work, and security guard will manage only the security related work. Okay. So we have three things here: bank manager, cashier, and security guard, and they are doing their work only. Right? If I tell security guard, you have to do the bank manager work, and he will be do. No, will be do or not? No, right? If I tell manager, I will go to the bank manager and I will tell like you have to do the security guard work. Can he will be do? Can he will be do? If I tell to bank manager, you have to do the security guard work. Can he will be do? No, right? If I tell to cashier like you have to do the bank manager work, he will be do or not? No, right? No, he will be not do because cashier will do only the cash related work. Bank manager will manage only the bank related work, and after that, security guard will manage only the security related work. Right? They have some specific task, and they will manage only that task only. So same like keywords. Keywords are the reserved words. Okay, keywords are the reserved words, and they have some specific task, and they are doing only that task only. So we have many types of keyword here: class, abstract, continue, for, new keyword, multiple keywords we have. Okay, go to and constant is deprecated from the Java. We are not using in this one inside the Java. Okay, and instead of that, we have multiple things like abstract, assert, boolean, break, byte, case. These all are the here is the keywords, and they have some specific tags. Suppose if we take one example, suppose if we came here and I am removing this thing. Suppose I want to create a class. So what we need to do first? Access modifier will like, and then class, and then class name. Right, this like we will create a class. So who is creating the class here? Anyone? Who is creating the class? Class, right? Class keyword is responsible to create a class. Okay, this class keyword have some work. Which work he has? Like he has to create only the class. So with the help of class, if I declare any variable, or suppose if you have a main method here. Okay, suppose here we have a main method, and inside the main method, suppose with the help of class keyword, I want to print anything here. So can we will print that? Suppose if I write like that, hello here. Okay, with the help of class keyword, if I want to print anything, so can we will print that? Okay, so we have a class keyword here. Why we are using class keyword? To create a class. What is the use of class keyword? To create a class. Okay, so here with the help of class keyword, if I want to print anything, so can we will print that? Can we will print that? No, right? Class keyword is only used to create a class. Okay, class keyword have only one work, that is used to create a class, and with the help of class, you can do only the class related work. If you want to create a class, that time class keyword only will be used. Another thing we have here, there is a new keyword. New keyword is used to create an object. So how will you create an object and all? I will tell you today. So new keyword is used to create an object. If I want to create a class with the help of new keyword, so can we will create that? No, right? New with the help of new keyword, we can only create the object. We cannot create a class with the help of new keyword. New keyword we will only use for creating an object, and class keyword we are using only for creating a class. So keywords are the reserved words, and they have some specific tasks. have assigned some specific task, and they are doing that task only. If we take the example, like this is the example. Bank manager will do only the bank related task. Cashier will do only the cash related task, and security guard will be means do only the security related task. If I take bank manager, if I tell to bank manager like you have to do the security related task, so he will be not do. Same like that here as well. So class keyword is used to create a class. Right? He has some task, so he has only the one task, that is he has to create a class. But if I use class keyword to print anything, we cannot able to do that, because class keyword have only one task, that it is used to create a class. New keyword is used to create an object. Public, private, protected, this all are the access modifier. I will tell you after the inheritance what is the use of them. Okay, because subclass concept is there. So if I tell you this time only, so it will be very difficult to understand. That's why I will tell you after the inheritance. Okay, keyword we are using in the control statement. Boolean value, this is the data types only, right? Either true or false we can declare. So with the help of boolean can be able to create a class. Here you write like that, boolean and text. Okay, if I write here boolean and text, here is that. So boolean is also a keyword, right? Boolean is also keyword. Whatever primitive data types is there, no, that are all are the keywords only. See, int, short. Then here we have a long, multiple. That is the whatever primitive data types we have. That all are the keywords only. The static is a keyword. Then native is a keyword. Then class is a keyword. Character, catch, case, and they have some that task only, and they will do only the that work only. That is the only meaning of our keyword. Keywords are the reserved words, and they have some specific task, and they are doing only that task only. Okay, so suppose we have a character here, class here, finally final. Character here. Suppose character is a keyword, right? If I want to create a class with the help of character, so can we will create that? All right, it is a data type. We can insert the data with the help of char. We can define the variable with the help of this data type. Okay, so this is a data type only. If I want to create a class, we need to use only the class keyword. No, don't use anything here, because if you want to create a class, we can use with the help of only class. If you want to create objects, we can create objects with the help of new keyword. If you want to control the accessibility of the any class or any method or any variable, that time public, private, protected will be used. Okay, we have some that only. Implements inherit the interface into the class. We are using the implements. If you have extents also, this will also come into the inheritance topics only. We'll see this all the things in the upcoming sessions. Okay, interface is used to create an interface. Class is used to create a class only. Okay, so these all are the keywords only, and they have some specific task, and they are doing only that task only, and we are using that keywords for that specific task only. Okay, so this is the meaning of our keyword. Easy only. Anyone have any doubt?
So we can't use any class names and keywords also.
Yes. If you want to, if you here see question here, so that is the class. Okay, class is a keyword, and if I use class keyword or any keyword with the class name, suppose we have multiple keywords here, right? There is integer, short, import, if, private. These all are the keywords only. And if I use keyword name as a class name, suppose I am using here class. Class is a keyword, right? Suppose I am using keyword name as a class name or object name or variable name, so we cannot able to use them, because they are the reserved word. So we cannot use that keyword as any object name or any variable name or any class name. We will see inside when we learn the variable. Tomorrow we will learn the variable. Inside that I will tell you the rules. What are the rules we have to follow? That time you will be easily understand. Okay. So keywords are not used to means keyword name are not used to as a variable name or the class name or the object. Okay, here we have created the class with the help of class keyword. Public is a keyword, static is a keyword, void is a keyword, main is a keyword. No, main is not a keyword. This is a name of our method. Okay, so here is the main method, and this is all the mean of our keyword. Anyone have any doubt? Anyone have any doubt? Yes or no? No. Okay. After that, we will move to the another part. Now we have to learn this thing, that is the method. So what is methods? And another thing is that what is the use of our method? So why we are using the method? Okay, so we are using the methods here, right? We are now going to learn the method. First thing we have to know is that what is the use of method, what is mean by method, and why we are using the method. Suppose if we come to our main method, we know these things, right? Here, what we know still now, there is a system dot out here, and inside that simply we will print anything. Suppose this is hello, I am printing this. Okay. Now this hello I am printing here multiple times. Suppose 5 times I am printing here. Okay. So 5 times hello I am printing here. So now, what I want this line. This is the 5 line I want in my other programs also. I want these 5 lines in multiple times. Okay, in multiple scenarios, I want this 5 times hello. So can I write this thing in multiple times? This suitable or not? If I want this 5 lines, so can I write this 5 lines multiple times? Suppose if we have a here, suppose now 10 lines. So every times if I want this 10 line, I want to write this 10 line multiple times, right? I want to write this 10 line multiple times, and what it will be do, if you write this 10 line multiple times, so it will increase the line of code also. And if it is increase the line of code, our performance will be decrease, it will affect on our performance. Okay, so more line of code you are writing, so more it will be affect on your performance. Okay, so try to write a code as in minimum lines as possible. Okay, so suppose if you are writing here in 10 line, and if you want this code that is multiple times, so you have to write this 10 line multiple times. What we will do to resolve this issue? Simple, we will create a method, and we will use that method in multiple way. In multiple things we are using that method. That is the concept of our reusability. No need to create again and again. Simple, we will create one time, and we will use that method multiple times. That is the meaning of our reusability. Main advantage of the method is the reusability. Reusability means no need to write code again and again. This is the only meaning of our reusability. Now, another question is that how to create a method. Another question is that how to create a method. So first we will see the here, that is the method declaration. This is syntax we'll see. First thing we have to write there is a access modifier, access specifier. We can say it, there is the access specifier. We can say that. Okay. So first thing we have to write, there is the access specifier. Simply I will come here, and inside the class I will write the access specifier. So what is the access specifier? Anything we can write. So this time I'm writing here is the public. I will tell you, no worries. Okay. Public, private, protected, and default I will tell you after the inheritance. Okay. So this is the public I wrote here. After that, what we need to write is the return type. Return type we need to write. Either you can write any data type, or you don't want to return anything. Simple, you can write here void. I will tell you what is meant by return type as well. Okay, so void I am writing here. Void means nothing, not empty also. Okay, void means nothing. This method will not return anything now. Okay, this method will not return anything now. Now another thing is that is the method name. Simple, I will come here and I will write here method name. This is the M1 I am writing here. Then parenthesis open and close, and then curly brackets open and curly brackets close. Okay, curly brackets open and curly brackets close means from here our method will start, and here our method will be end. So every time if you are writing the method, that method will return something. Okay, every time if you are writing the method, that time that method will return something. If you don't want to return anything from that method, simple, you can write here the void. Okay, simple, you can write it there is the void here. Okay, now here we have created the method. Simple, what is the syntax of our method? First we need to write a access specifier. Then what is this one? Data type. No? This is called the return type. Return type. After that, this one is the method name. Parenthesis open close, and here there is the open and curly braces is close. And whatever we need to write inside the method, that will write here only. Okay. So now if I want that 10 line here, I will write this 10 line here, and wherever I want this 10 line, I will simply call this method. This 10 lines will be called. Okay, wherever I want this lines. Okay, this line of code wherever I want. So what we'll do, what simple, I will call this method, and this 10 line will be executed. This is not 10 line, but these lines will be executed. Now if I run this code, so can my method will be execute. If I run this code, can my method will be execute. If I run this code, if I run this code, can method is executing? No. So why it is not executed? What is the what is the what we need to do that? Okay. If I want to call this method, how to if I want to execute this method, what we need to do that to execute this method? So simple, we have to create an object. Okay. Simple, we need to create an object. Method will execute only when we call that method. How to call that method? Method will always call with the help of object. There are some method that will not call with the help of objects also. Without object also that will be called. It is called as the static method, that I will also tell you, okay, in some time. This is the method. This is a normal method only. If I want to call this method, how will call that? Simple. First we need to create an object. Now another question is that how to create an object. Simple thing here, I will tell you, this is the comment only. This is ignored by the JVM. Okay, if I write like that, this is the comment. Okay, so if we want to create an object, first we need to write here, that is the class name. Then we need to write here object name. Then equals to operator we have to give, then new keyword, and then again we need to write a class name. Then parenthesis open, parenthesis close, and then semicolon we have to give. Okay, this type you will do is, if you are doing this type, then your object will be created. So this is our object is created here. Okay, and which keyword is responsible to create an object here? That is the new keyword. New keyword is used to create an object. Okay, who is responsible to create an object? Is a new keyword. Okay, so let's do it. So we will create an object. So how to create an object? First we need to write a class name. So what is our class name?
Test.
Taste. Then object name, anything you can give, any name, anything, anyway, anything you can give it here. Okay, so yes, okay, anything you can give. Okay, T1 I will give. After that equals to, then new keyword we have to use, new keyword use as it is you have to use. Okay, you can change this thing only, that is the object name. Class name you will not have to change because class name is same. No, the class name we have to use it here. Only this thing you can change it here. New keyword we have to write as it is here. After that class name we have to write. So what is our class name again? Test. Oh, sorry. Again, what is your class name? That is the test. So test I will write it here. After that, what we need to do? Parenthesis open, parenthesis close, and after that, simple here is the semicolon we have to give. Now object is created. Now if I call this method, can it will be called? If I execute this so can it will be called? No, it is not calling. Why it is not calling? If you want to call this method, we have to call with the help of object. So how we will call? Which object we have now? That is the one object. So with the help of one object, we can call that method. T1 dot. What is the name of our method? M1. Simple. I will call it like that. M1 and this open close and simple. We need to write a semicolon. Now if I run this one, so can it will be called? Yes, it will be false. Right. Now suppose, can we create only one method or can we will create a number of method here? So that is the another question. So there is not means there we can create here multiple methods. Okay, inside the one class we can create a multiple method. Suppose if I create this method, if I want to create another method, so we can able to create it. So public, then another thing will write void and then employee. And here I am writing system.out and here I am writing simple. That is the anything that I want to print. That is the two I'm writing. Now, suppose if I want to call this method, can we have to create object again? Can we have to create an object again? No. If you have an object, so with the help of same object, we can call the another method as well. Like many people have confusion. Like if you have multiple methods, if we have created, we have to create a multiple object. So don't need to create a multiple object. If you have one object, with the help of that same object, we can call the multiple method as well. Okay. So we have this object, this method now. So how to call that object method now, right? T1 dot M2 parenthesis open close and then semicolon. If I run this one now, so what it will be print now?
System dot
Hello five times and after that it will print true. Okay. Now another thing is that suppose if I remove this thing, okay, and here I am writing one. And now what I did, simply I interchange this thing. Now what will be the output we will get? 2 and 1. 2 and the 1. If I run this one, so 2 and the 1 will be print on the console. So how it is working? Simply if I click on this button, our program will start executing. Right? If I click on this button, so our program will start executing. The JVM will come first, will be come into the main method. From here our execution will be start. Right? From our main method, execution will start. Remember this thing, from main method only, JVM will start the execution. So here it will become, and what we are doing here, this line it will be ignored because we have commented this line. Okay, so JVM will ignore this line. After that, here it will become. Here we are creating a object. So with the help of which keyword we are creating the object? With the help of new keyword. New keyword is responsible to create an object. Okay, and how to create an object? First we need to write a class name, then object name, then equals to we need to write the new keyword, and after that class name, parenthesis open and close, and then we have to give a semicolon. So which is the object? What is the object name here? T1. So which is the object here? Is it T1? You will see we have created the object. So it will create an object. After that T1 dot M2. So what it will be? See which class object is T1? Which class object T1 is? That is the test class, right? T1 is this test class object. What it will do? It will find this M2 method into the test class. What it will do? It will find this M2 method into the test class. But because we are running with the help of T1, right? And which class object T1 is? That is the test class object. So it will find M2 method into the test class. So it will here it will go. So this is the M1 method. It will find this is the M1 method. Sorry, this is the M2. Sorry, first we are calling the M2 method, right? So it will find M2 method inside the test class. So it will come here and it will find where is the M2 method. So is this M2 method? No, right? This is not the M2 method. Again, it will go downside. This is the M2 method. Yes. So it will. This is the M2 method. So it will go inside, and whatever things we are writing there, it will be executed. Okay, from here it will become outside, and here we are write the that is a semicolon. So what is meant by semicolon? Semicolon means end of instruction. Means we are telling to the GM like here I want to end the instruction. Here we are ending this instruction here. After that we will go down and here t1 dot m1. So again it will find m1 method into the test class because we are using the t1 object here. Again it will find m1 method into the test class. Here it will find where is the m1 method. Is this a m1 method? Yes. So here it will go inside. Whatever things we are writing, it will be printed. Okay. So what will be the output? That is the 2 and the 1. It will be printed on the console. This like our method will be. Okay. Anyone have any issues? Anyone have any issues till now? Yes? No? Okay. Method have the two types. Okay. Basically, method have the two types. Is the predefined method as well as the user-defined method. Okay. Method have two types. That is the predefined method and the user-defined method. So what is meant by predefined and what is meant by user-defined? So by the name, we can assume that. So what is meant by predefined? Pre means is the already. Okay. So predefined means the method which is already defined. That is only called as the predefined method. User defined means user means who? That is the us. We all are the users only, right? User defined means method which is already the method which is created by the user is known as the user defined method. Or we can say that the method which is defined by the user that is called as the user defined methods. We have two types of method. There is a predefined method and the user defined method. So predefined means the method which is already created that is called as the predefined method. Pre means already, right? Pre means already. The method which is already defined that is called as the predefined method. And who will create? That is the predefined method. No. Who is created this method? That is the Java people. The people who created the Java, that people only created this method. What is the example of the predefined method? The print method. Just now we use that, right? This method we know that like print method. This is the method we didn't create. This method is already created into the system class. Print system class it is present. Okay, this method is already created. Who is created this method? That is Java people already created this method. We need to use that method. Just we need to use this method. This is the predefined method. The method which is already defined that is only called as the predefined method. This is the method we have is already created. Length method, equals method, add method, remove method, multiple methods we have that is the predefined. Means in upcoming session we will see what it means. We will do the program now. That time we will easily understand this method is predefined, this method is user defined. The method which we will create it, that is only called as the user defined method. The method we didn't create it, that is already created, that is called as the predefined method. Okay, so these are the example of our predefined method like print, length, add method, remove method, search method. That all are the predefined method. If you want to see that method, simply you can come into the object class. Okay, inside the object class we have a multiple method. Here we have created the objects with the help of object also. If I want to see that, see here. These all are the methods in equals, finalize, get class, hash code. These two methods that is the user defined or predefined. User defined. That two methods we have created, right? Notify all, to string, then wait, and then main. This main is our main class only. Okay, main method only. So these methods we didn't create it. This method, all these methods we have now, this method is already created. Okay. Okay. So what I'm teaching, that is the predefined method, right? So what is the predefined and what is the user defined? Predefined method means the method which is already created, that is commonly called as the predefined method. Okay. And after that, what is the user defined method? Method which is created by the user. User means nothing but only we. Okay. We are the programmers, we are the user. Okay. Here we are the user, only the method which is defined by the user, that is called as the user defined method. The method which is already created, is called as the predefined method. So we have two types of method, that is the user defined method and the predefined method. So these are the two things we done. After that, we have another type of method as well. It is the static method. What is the use of the static method? Static method is used for the memory management. Okay, static method is used for the memory management. Why means we can use static method with the help of means why how to save the memory with the help of static method. And why I'm telling that static method is used to for the memory management. If you notice here, see, if I want to call this normal method, we have to create an object every time, right? If we call this method, we have to create an object every time. But if you want to call this static method, no need to create an object. Okay, no need to create an object because static methods belongs to the class, not to the object. Okay, static methods belongs to the class, not to the objects. Means if you want to call the static method, there is no need to create an object, directly it will be called. Okay, we will see after that. We are learning this, I'm telling only the short description here with the help of with the about the static method. When we learn the static keyword, no, that time I will tell you all the things about the static method. In short, you have to remember that why we are using the static method for the memory management. Means no need to create an object, simply directly it will be called. That is the static method. Best example of the static method is the main method. Main method is also a static method. See here, static method. And how to call, how what is meant by static method? How to declare the static method? Simply, normal method is here. So with the help of normal method, we have to use here the static keyword. Simple. Okay. Simple. We need to use a static keyword here. Now this method is converted into the static method. The method which is declared with the static keyword, that is called as the static method. Okay. The method which is declared with the static keyword is only known as the static method. Here we have a static method and here we have a normal method. Is a normal method or static method? Normal method. Here no, we don't have any static keyword, right? So we have two types of method. That is the normal method as well, and we have a static method. So static method we are using for the memory management, and best use of the method. I'm talking about the all the method. Why we are using the method? For the reusability. Okay, if you want a code multiple times in multiple scenarios, if you want that same code, that time simple we will create a method. We call that method in multiple things. In multiple way, we will call that method. Okay, so here we have a two methods. There is the first method and second method. First method we have is the normal method only. This is the normal method only. And another method we have, this is the static method. Why we are calling this method as a static method? Because this method is declared with the help of static keyword. The method which is declared with the static keyword, that is called as the static method. Now, we will try to call this method and we will try to call the method as this as well. I told you, if you want to call the static method, there is no need to create an object. We can call it directly or we can call it with the help of class name as well. So which method we have a static here? M1 or M2? M2 method, right? So we will try to call this M2 method with the help of object. Okay. So here M1 I am calling and after that M2 I am calling. So if I call static method with the help of object, so can it will be called? No? Yes. If I run this one, see, I'm not getting any exception, and that method is also executed. So yes, we can call this static method with the help of object also. Now, if I remove this from here, there is M2 is a static method, right? M2 is a static method. If I call it directly, then it will be called,
Yes.
it will be called or not?
No.
Yes, it will be called. If you call static method directly also without object, so it will be called. Okay, that is the use of our static method. Static method why we are using? It is used for the memory management. There is no need to create an object to call a static method. Okay, if you call the static method directly also we can call. And another thing is that static method belongs to a class, not to the object. So here we have a method. There is the M2 method, the static method only. And which is the class name here?
Yes.
Test. So now this method is belong to the class. Now suppose if I write here test dot class, this is the class name, right? Test dot m2 if I write it here. So can it will be called this time?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, right? Because static is belongs to the class. If I call with the help of class name also, it will be called. So now we have a simple method. If I call here with the help of class name, so can it will be called?
No.
Can it will be called here? See test dot m1. So can it will be called here?
No.
No, right? It will be not called. It is giving the error here only. Now, if I call it directly, so can it will be called?
No.
No, right? If I want to call this normal method, we need always a
Okay.
object. Okay, always we need a object here. That is the difference between the static method and the normal method. Static method can directly access the class name and does not need any object. If you want to call, if you want to execute this static method, you can directly execute with the help of class name, or we can directly also call this method. It will be called. Okay. After that here other thing is that static method access only the static data. Means what is data means? So data means nothing but that is the variable. This thing we will see while we learn the variable. Okay, inside what it is doing, it is means what it is telling is we cannot access the instance variable into the static method. Okay, static method allows only the static variable. Okay, if I want to create it here means simple we can create here, that is the int a equals to 10. Suppose this is my instance variable. Okay, this is the instance variable. Why we are calling this as instance variable, I will tell you into this short only. So if we declare the variable inside the class but outside the method, that is only called as the instance variable. Okay, if we declare the variable inside the class but outside the method, see I'm declaring inside the class, right? This is inside the class, but I'm declaring here outside the method. It is not inside the method, right? It is outside the method. So that's why I'm calling this as a instance variable. And if I access this instance variable into the normal method, so can it will be called? Can it will be called? Yes, it will be called. See, if I call this one t1 dot object, this is t1 dot m1, and if I run this one here, so yes, 20 is 20. But now if I call this a here into our static method, this is our static method. So can it will be allowed? No, it is giving the error because static method allows only the static data. Data means nothing but our variable. Okay, data means nothing but our variable only. So static method allows only the static variable. Okay, so suppose if I write here static, so now this variable is converted into the static variable. Now if I want to call it here means we can easily call this thing. Okay, so static method allows only the static data. That is data we consider that all we consider that is the method. Static methods call only the other static method and cannot call a static method. Okay, so that is the another thing is that suppose from the static method if I want to call the another static method, so we can be able to call that. Suppose we have a two static method here. Static SATIC. Okay, so this is static method we have. Here I will write things will write here m1 and here will write m2. Okay, these two things I'm writing here. So we have both are the static method here. Now from this m1 method, if I want to call the m2 method, so how we write that? Simple, we need to write here m1 and it will be called. Right? It will be called directly. From the static method, we can call only the static method only. If I remove this method from here, can it will be called now? Yes or no? Sorry. Here we need to write a m2 method. Okay. So from here we are calling the m2 method. Both are the static method. So from the static method, we are calling only the static method. If I want to call the normal method from the static method, so can it will be called? Can it will be called? No, right? It is giving the error. But if I call this static method from the static method only, so can it will be called? See, if I not call the m2 from here, only I am calling m1 from here. No need to create an object as no need to create an object, right? To call the m1 method, to call the static method, no need to create an object. From here I am calling some simple the m1 method. From the m1 method I am calling the m2 method. What will be the output we will get? Yes,
M2.
m2 and m2 and m1. If I run this one, so m2 and m1 will be print on the console. So how? It will come into the main method. After that, here we are calling the m1 method. This is static method, so we can call it directly. So m1 method, here it will be find where is the m1 method. So here is the m1 method. It will go inside, and here again we are calling the m2 method. So here it will go. Where is the m1 method? Here is the m1 method. It will go inside and it will print m2 on the console. After that, it will come outside from here, and here we are ending the instruction. Right. After that, here we are writing system.outer println. Again, it will be print m1 on the console. So what it will print is the m2 and m1. From the static method, we can call only the static method only. If I call the normal method from the static method, so can it is possible? No, it is not possible. That is the last point of our static method. Okay, and static method cannot refer to the this or the super keyword. So what does this mean? This is refers to the parent. This is refers to the current class, and super is refers to the parent class. I will tell you while we learn the this keyword and the super keyword. Okay, so these are the methods we saw. There's the predefined method, user defined method, and the static method. Now, other thing is that suppose we have a method here. This is the m1 method we have. Okay, and here we have m1 method. Now, suppose if I write here any variable like int a, if I write, so now what will happen? Can this method will call directly? If you want to call that method, what we need to do first? This is the static method. No, right? It will not call directly now. So what we need to do? We have to create an object. New test I'm writing. This is the shortcut I'm using. So we have created the object here. Okay. With the help of object, we have to call the m1 method like that. If I call, can it will be called now?
Arguments are
Can it will be called now? See, here we are declaring the variable. This is the method, and inside the method's parenthesis, we are declaring some variable. So this is called as the parameter. This is called as the parameter. There is no means here you can declare the number of parameter also. If I want to declare another parameter also, so we can declare here string name like that. Okay, so how to declare the variable I will tell you. So simple, this is the variable you have to remember that. Okay, data types, and this is the variable data types, and this is the variable. So we have two variable here, there is the a and the name here. Now if I want to call this method, so can we call directly from here like that only? Can we call directly like that? No. What this time is this method string? Suppose we don't have anything here. So this time this method will be called directly, right? If I run this one, this method will be print directly. That is the m1 is printing on the console. Now, if we have here, now we have two things. Suppose first we'll take only one thing, that is the int. So now what? How this method will be called? If I call like that only, so it is giving the error. Okay, it is giving the error now. So how to call this method this time? What this method is saying? If you want to call this method, you have to pass one integer value. Okay, if you want to call this method, you have to pass one integer value, because we wrote here the integer type of variable. This data type is this, is the integer, and here is the variable we have declared. So here we wrote only the integer type of variable. This method is saying like that if you want to call this method, you have to pass one integer value. So I will pass an integer value. Is the integer value or not? Yes, right? If I run this one now, so can it will be called this time? Yes, so it is calling this time. Suppose I am writing this time as a string. So now can it will be called? I am passing here 10. So can it will be called here? No, right? Why it is not calling? If you want to call this method, so which value we have to pass? String value. Simply I will come here. A string value how we will write? Inside the double quote we will write, right? This is basic only. I will write anything here. It is Java I am writing. If I run this one now, so can it will be print? Yes, it is printing on the console. Now suppose I am writing here number of parameter. Suppose I am writing here float a now. Float, sorry, b now. So how to call this method now? How many value we have to pass this time? There is two, string value and another is the float value. So simply will come here. This time we can call the method, right? So this time we have to pass the two values. First is the string value, and another one we have to pass is the float value. So 1.2f, I'm writing. Now can it will be called? Yes. So this value will be called. Okay. This is the use of our parameter. This is the parameter. And then what is this called? What is this mean called? This is the parameter we know. But what is this called? This is called as the argument. Okay. This is called as the argument. After that, return type. So what is mean by return types? We will see tomorrow while we learn the variable. Because if I tell you this time means you don't know the variable, right? So you don't understand how it will be going on. I will tell you that return type tomorrow into the variable. Okay, this is the things we have to remember. Today we learn about the keywords. After that we learn about the methods. We saw the two types of method. There is the predefined method as well as the user defined method. And after that we saw the static method. And inside the method we saw the parameter and the argument as well. Right? And how are the different scenarios means how to call the one method, how to call the another method, can we have to create an object every time. Then all the things we knows that now. Okay. Anyone have any issues now? Anyone have any issues? No? Okay. So any if you have any issues also you can ask me directly. Okay? No issue. So that is the things for today guys. And other things we will learn tomorrow. And today's assignment is that you have to create a multiple methods and you have to call that. You have to create a static method as well and you have to call that. Okay. One example create as on each and hurry as well give the another assignment. That also you have to do that. Okay. Simply do that and submit on the